Kayla's VSG journey. I'm hoping this works right because my computer keeps freezing. So let's hope and cross our fingers that all is well. So I am today officially 5 weeks post-op, which is really exciting. I'm going to start with my stats. My highest weight was 243 pounds. I always go off the highest weight at the doctor's office, which was 229 pounds. The weight I was at when I started my pre-op liquid diet was 214. Sorry, I'm trying to look down at my phone. And the day of surgery, I was 198.8. Today, or last week's weight, it was 183.6, which was up 0.2 pounds. And today I'm 183.2, so that's down 0.4 pounds. Not too excited about that, but I decided that since I was in a stall that I should take measurements because I knew that the stall was going to happen, and I don't know how long it's going to be, and I'm at a smaller BMI than right now than some people at the beginning, and I just think my body's trying to normalize out. So I will give you my measurements. Let me find them in my book, because that was actually very exciting for me. So my neck, the first time I measured my neck, it was 15.5. And then the week before surgery, it was 14.75. And it is now down to 14. So that's a loss of 1.5 inches just in my neck from the beginning, and 0.75 from the week before surgery. My waist went from 42.5 at the beginning in July to a week before surgery, it was at 37.5. And it is now 35. So I have lost, since the week before surgery, 2.5 inches. I think that's incredible. I've lost, let's see, 7.5 inches since the beginning. I'm trying to do this math in my head, so I might not get them all right. My hips, I started at 50. The week before surgery, they were at 37.5, and now they are at 35.5. That is 2 inches since the week before surgery, and 4.5 inches since July. That's pretty incredible. My breasts went from 44 at the beginning, 44 week before surgery, to 41. My bra size went from a 42D down to a 36D. I haven't lost a cup size, so that makes me a little happy. I don't mind being a 36D, or at least right now. Let's hope they don't shrivel up anymore, but they probably will. That's life. So that's negative. Sorry, my computer's being stupid. That's minus 3 inches off of my breasts. My arms, my right arm went from 15.5 to 14.5 to 13.5. So that's 1 inch down from a week before surgery and 2 inches from the beginning. My left arm went from a 16 to a 14.5 to a 13.75. So it's about the same loss. My legs, this one was a shocker for me. And I was like, oh, wow. So my right leg went from a 28 to a 25 to a 23. So that is 2 inches since a week before surgery and 5 inches since July. That's pretty awesome. So I'm just trying to think positive here in all of this. Okay, my left leg went from 29 to 25 to 23.5. So basically the same loss, except I went from a 29, so it's 1 more inch. And I didn't do my calves or any of that, like some people do. So this is why you should take your measurements, because when you are in a stall, it messes with your brain. Logically, you know that there's nothing to worry about, that you're doing just what you're supposed to do, but the emotional part isn't fixed in your brain. And you think, what am I doing? Did I do the wrong thing? Why isn't this happening? And so my sweet husband just reminded me that he goes, you need to check your measurements. And I'm so glad I did. I also put on a pair of leggings. I know they're leggings and they're stretchy, but they were a size medium. The first ones fit a little tighter, but these ones fit comfortably. And I've noticed the shrinking. The hard part is when you look in the mirror and when your mind's all cray. Like today when I'm totally fine, I see that I've shrunk, and I see all that, and I'm like, whoa, you look amazing. But when you're having those off days, I think it's so weird that you look in the mirror and you're like, I still see the 240-pound Kayla or the 230-pound Kayla, and that's not me. And so that is where I'm at. So let's take a look back. Today is a hard day for me every year. If you're from the United States, you might have heard of a lady who went missing about 7 years ago. Well, 7 years ago today. Her name was Susan Powell. She's my friend. And today's always a hard day. I remember that day that the people came up to my door and asked if I knew where she was. I remember the first thing I said is, where's her husband? He did something to her. She was my neighbor. I would play with her kids at church. So today is one of those days where I reflect on where I'm at. But I have one thing to say. If you are in a negative relationship and you possibly might think that you have an abusive spouse or an abusive boyfriend and that they could retaliate, please get out. It's not worth staying. And if you don't know the story, Susan went missing December 5th, 7 years ago. My baby was 1. I remember that clearly. It was a very cold winter here in Utah. It was horribly freezing. It was one of the coldest, snowiest winters. And Josh said, which was her husband, said he went camping with their sons at midnight in a snowstorm. And that they went, and this is all crazy, and he went in a snowstorm with their 2 young sons, which were 3 and 5, I think, or 2 and 4. So they were really young. And they never came back. Well, he said that she stayed home, but her purse and her keys and everything were locked inside of her house. Within a couple weeks, he moved from Utah to Oregon, and a few months after that, he murdered his sons. He took a hatchet to their heads and blew up the house. So we may never find out where Susan is. This time of year, I try to reflect on the type of person I am and the type of relationship I'm in, and I try to show extra love to the people I love, because I always thought those things happened in movies. They don't happen to real people, but they do. So just if you're in an abusive relationship, please get out. Find help. It's not worth staying. Let's review this week. I posted 2 videos, so you obviously heard 2 videos from me. I can't believe it's been a month. It is so crazy. It went super slow in some ways and super fast in other ways. I can't explain that. It's been an emotional roller coaster. My husband says that my emotions are super heightened, that I'm either way on or way off. That's the other thing. My husband, sweet guy, have you had a bowel movement? And then I stopped and I realized I didn't have one bowel movement last week, which is not normal for me. And then I remember I took an anti-diarrhea thing on Monday because I was having an upset stomach, and then it obviously worked a little too well. So we got to get that taken care of. So that could be another reason why I'm not losing. So we will go there. This week has been really good. I am now getting in about 700 to 800 calories. I went to see the nutritionist, and she wants me to try to keep it around 800 or more, and then 60 to 80 grams of protein, which I'm able to get that with eating. I have been able to tolerate a few shakes, Dr. Kayla's way. Sometimes it just doesn't happen. Sometimes it's great. My shake this week that I absolutely loved, I mixed with about 3/4 cup of Fairlife milk, a little bit of almond milk. Sorry, my computer's being crazy. A little bit of almond milk, probably about a half a cup or less. Maybe about a half a cup. 2 tablespoons of sugar-free pumpkin spice coffee creamer. I don't drink coffee, but the coffee creamer, it was just enough. And then some ice and a scoop of vanilla protein. Premier protein, I have a whole bunch of that stuff. I'm about ready to see if anybody wants it because I can't do it. And then I put some ice in it and then blended it all up, and it was very good. I was able to drink a majority of it, so that was pretty awesome. But I still try to eat my calories. So let's talk about like what I eat in a day. Right now, when I work, I'm spot on. It's the days I'm not working that I stumble a little. My husband is all about the amount things cost. So he thinks, so why would you buy a P3 when you could buy the stuff to make a P3, whatever. And I'm about convenience a lot of the time. So I would just rather go spend the $2 for the P3, especially since I'm not eating very much. I figure I'm eating way less food and probably consuming less money in food than the rest of the family. So this week for breakfast, I'll either have, I have a yogurt, hard-boiled egg, something. I usually don't eat the yolk with the hard-boiled egg because my stomach doesn't like it. For snack, my nutritionist wants me to be eating 6 small meals. So breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, snack. And so lunch is a P3 or some tuna fish. I did make some other fish this week. And I really like that. And a snack is, I usually do raw sunflower seeds or raw sunflower seeds or perky jerky. I like that because it's a little less salty flavor to me, and it's high in protein, and it just is soft. It feels good on my stomach. And then last night's snack before bed was 3 slices of an apple with the skin cut off and peanut butter, about 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. And I just dipped the thing in that. Starting this week, I probably shouldn't have started the apples yet, but I needed something. Dinner usually consists of something meaty, whatever I have right now, or cheese, cottage cheese, regular cheese. I'm not really cooking a ton of meals right now, but I think by next week I should be. I tried to go to the store on Saturday and it was crazy, and I was like, I'm not going. So it's like basically live off what we have in our house, which we're down to almost nothing. So that's kind of what I'm eating, and I'm so sorry this is long. And then I drink 1.5 of these. This is 40 ounces. I dented it today. It fell at work. I love this thing. It keeps things so cold, and I only can do cold things. So that is where I'm at. Let's hope that next week's video isn't 15 minutes. I'm so sorry. If you stuck in there, you're so awesome. And I appreciate everybody's time that they take for my videos. Oh, I've got to go pick up my kids from school. So anyway, I got to go. Talk to you later. Bye.